It is time. I have waited long enough and stressed about it long enough, and I just need to do it. But this closet back here is our art closet in our homeschool room, and it is in desperate need of a makeover. We are about to pull everything out and get it all organized. I have to measure for shelves, and we're just gonna make this a peaceful and loving art closet as opposed to a junk closet that we have to sift through everything to get our art projects done. So stick around.
The first thing I had to do was literally just pull everything out. There was so much stuff in there, and I actually thought that it was kind of organized, but really in fact it wasn't that organized. So that was my next step, was really deciding what we needed to keep, what was trash, and grouping like items together, which took quite a bit of time, more time than I thought it would, but we were able to get it done in a timely fashion. And there were some things that did not even belong in the art closet, which also made it more crowded than what it was. I had to set a purpose for this closet so that I didn't find that we were putting other things in there that really didn't belong. The next thing I decided was, what did the girls need to be able to reach without me? So that is why I decided to use the over the door shoe rack, because there are school supplies that I wanted to get off of the bookshelf and put on the door, just so that it's easy for all of the girls to be able to get to. Once I did that and I got the art cart all organized, threw away things that were old, things that we hadn't used that did not need to go in that spot, it made it so much clearer for me to really be able to see what was there, what I needed to put where, and gave me a better idea of how to organize it in the closet so that it made sense. That's the biggest thing about me in organizing, is that I really need the things to make sense. Of course, there were a lot of things that we threw away, some things that were broken, scrap pieces of paper, just stuff, and glitter. Of course, there was glitter, so I spent the rest of my life vacuuming the floor. We have made progress. This is what needs to go in the closet. I have measured for shelves. So I'm gonna go and get some shelves. I'm not really sure if I'll be able to find some that are already together, if I have to get wood cut or what, but I'm going to get shelves to put everything in. I think I'm going to take the backpacks and put hooks along the wall right here, and because the girls can reach them, and that'll be a good place for our backpacks. Normally we would have them hanging on the door, but since we have this shoe rack, they won't fit on the door anymore. So there is progress. After thinking about that, I decided not to put them in that spot because that's where a lot of our school stuff is, the whiteboard and everything. So I thought a better place would be like behind the door. They're kind of out of the way. You can't really see them very well. So I just grabbed some of those command wall hooks. We keep those here at our home just on a regular basis. So I went and grabbed some of those to put the backpacks behind the door. We have 4 backpacks between all of us and a computer bag. So it worked out pretty nicely for them to be in that corner. I have purchased wood and paint and primer and brushes, and I had this cut at Home Depot so that we can put shelves in our art closet. I'm hoping I measured correctly. I'm going to take it upstairs and put it in the closet to make sure that it's measured correctly before we start painting. This is why I'm not a carpenter or builder of any kind. I'm going to have to take this back and have 1 inch cut off, because I did not account for this board, which will go on the back across the long way of the closet, meeting up with this one like so, for this one on the side. So I'm gonna have to go back and have them just cut off 1 inch of the board. You live and you learn. Okay, we're back, and I'm gonna show you all what we did. We got all the wood. I couldn't focus in Home Depot and get the measurements right and cut and all that stuff. And then we came home and we started painting
But then I told you I had to go back to the store to get them cut, so I had to stop. And we came back home, we did the painting, and that took us about a few hours because we had to watch it, not watch it, but it felt like it, watching paint dry. But we had to wait for it to dry before we could put additional layers on there. But all of the wood has been prepped and is ready to go in the closet. Let me show you. I have these two shelves ready to go, bright white. And here are all of my support beams. These shorter ones are the ones that I had to take back to have them cut down again. We are ready to put it in the closet. The girls are actually not going to help me with this part, but they will help me with getting everything put in the closet when I'm done. I'm so excited.
I took everything out of the closet and got ready to get to work. And of course, I Googled all of this. YouTube is your friend.
Well, that was short-lived because the battery on the drill died. So I'm gonna plug it in and I will come back later. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I just let it charge so that it will be ready. So I'm about to get started again. I want to say also that I am no carpenter or anything like that. I really have only watched a couple of videos, so I'm not 100% sure about how to do this, but it's gonna look great and it's gonna work for us. Thing that I was able to do yesterday, if you can see this line, I'm blocking the light, but I was able to get my back beam lined up where I wanted, and I did it based on the height of our art cart because I'd like to be able to slide it in and out underneath one of the shelves. So I did get that set up. I believe the stud is right here, and I'm going to try to find that.
I literally just YouTubed how to do this, guys, because I've never put shelves in anywhere in my home ever. And so that's how I knew how to do it. Cutting or doing, what's it called, pre-drilled holes to keep the wood from splitting, making sure that you have your studs in the corners, measuring with your level. That was it. And I just followed the YouTube video. Well, actually I watched it first, and then I remembered, of course, what I watched and how to do it. And that's all I did. I bought a really cheap level that was like $6 at Home Depot. We already had a drill. I made sure that I got the right type of screws. They have some like special screw that you should use, and that was it. I got them all in, and now I'm ready to just put the shelves in there. I did not nail the shelves down. I will possibly go back and do that later, but with everything on top of them, they're super stable, so I didn't worry about it. I did notice while I was doing this that one of the pieces of wood was warped, so I moved it down to the bottom, but I didn't care enough to do anything different with it because once I was able to get everything on the shelves, you couldn't even tell. It helped straighten the wood out. That would be a reason why I would go back and nail the shelves down, just because it would help straighten the wood out, but I'm pretty sure it didn't cause any issues. I did a little shuffle there because I was all excited about the work I had done. And now it's time to just put everything back in there to kind of get to those finishing touches. The things that are on the bottom are really just empty bins, and I didn't want to put a shelf down there and take up that space, but now it's just time to start picking things up and kind of seeing exactly where I want everything to go and what that would look like, making sure that the things that we use the most are easily accessible. So I'm just kind of taking a look around to see how it's going. Of course, you have to take a look at your work and see what you've done and see if that's how you want it. I think I was ready to close the closet and then decided, I want to move some stuff around, pull some stuff here, place it there. Just kind of a work in progress. You want it to be, or to make sense. I keep saying that, but I always want my organization to make sense. I want the girls to be able to follow along with it so that things can be put back where they belong, and just for it to flow really well. So that's where I am with trying to get things put away. I found some extra stuff on the table and I thought, let's get that put up as well, get it all shifted around. And then, of course, it's time to do your final clean. More glitter. I don't think we'll ever get rid of the glitter that was spilled in the closet and all over the room, but I did use my little shop vac to vacuum off the table where I did the drilling and had some little wood dust there. Just cleaning everything up so it can be nice and tidy. Here it is, all done. So much better than before. Okay, this is just a shoe organizer. That's it. And I used it to hold little things. I also have school supplies here, so not just art stuff, but glue sticks, tape, scissors, extra scissors and erasers are in here, markers there. I'm trying to get out of the way of the light. Pencils, and what I did with the pencils, pencils. And what I did with the pencils is, if they're sharpened, I have the tips up. If they're not sharpened, the eraser is up. That way the girls, it makes it easier for them to grab pencils if they're needing. We have crayons here, more markers. These are the smaller markers, and I turned the markers upside down so that all of the marker ink will go to the tip of the marker. More markers, and I actually got rid of a lot of markers too. I had tons, but some of them didn't work. Just some little balls that we use for crafting, and these are all goggles for like our science projects. That is the wall here. Our glue gun, the glue sticks, and these are also glitter glue, and then we have some shorter glue sticks in there as well. The top of this closet is more, I would say, crafting project type things. We have this, it's like a sewing machine for the girls. Spin thing, this is to make pottery. Another air dry clay type pottery set, and it has refill clay, rock art, sand art, unicorn dissection. That was a gift. This is just a little, I'll say, I don't know what type of kit they call it, but it has like stationery. It's a stationery set. My daughter got that for Christmas. She has not opened it yet, but. And then arts and crafts beads. This is a game of chess that it will not fit in our bag that we have this size, so I've just left it here. This is a bracelet making kit, and this is a fingernail kit. And the way I organize this is also crafting kits. So you'll find things where it comes all together like this. Whoops. There are some other, looks like they opened that already. There are some other little kits in there. There's a bracelet kit. And then this is mask for painting. We'll do some of those. These are just 2 empty bins here. These were decorations that I used last year for the first day of school. I will probably take them downstairs to like our party storage area. These are Christmas ornament kits. We were given these through our church last year, and we did not do all of them. So that will be a good craft coming up for Christmas time. And these are all of the shells and everything that we used for our Oceans unit study. I just have them in that bin. We have Play-Doh and all of things associated with Play-Doh here. These are just foam balls. And in the back are my little stamping kits. I think I'll just put those there. These drawers, the top one is like spare pieces of paper. This is all of our cardstock and crafting type paper, not construction paper, but regular size, but just lots of different colors for things that we're wanting to do. And this is all like stencil and stickers. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. Number and letter stickers, things like that. And over here is all of the type of paper. So we have construction paper, the foam sheets that we use for crafting. Felt is here. That is like a unicorn something. There's stencil here, but it would not fit over in this drawer, so I just left it here. More letters that wouldn't fit in the drawer. A couple of canvases. I have some more canvases too. I need to find those because I don't see them at the moment. But canvases here, a chalkboard, foam board that my daughter uses for some like poke pages. And then the great thing is that I leveled the shelves where I measured because I wanted to be able to get our art cart in the closet instead of having it sit over here. So it is now in the closet, which is awesome. It has all of our paint and brushes, Mod Podge, our dot markers are there, stamp pads are over here, lots of that. And then down in the bottom, this very bottom bin is really just empty storage bins that I had because this was not organized. I had lots of extra stuff. Then I have some pine cones that we're gonna use around Christmas and fall time for a craft. This is also another empty bin here. These are bowls that we use for crafting, as well as just some like long, I would say like type toilet tissue type rolls that we're gonna use for something one day. All of these are the family's lab coats. We each have one, even my husband and I. And that is our art closet. I'm so glad to have this organized the way it is. It has been a long time that it has looked absolutely horrible. So here is a start. One thing that I may do is I would like to have another shelf put here. I don't have the wood for it, but those have been sitting there. You know, we've been putting things like that for years. So it may be okay. And also I've considered, did you see my shelves are a little short here? I've considered getting another piece of wood, measuring this and having another piece of wood there to make the shelves longer. I don't know that I would actually use it because it would mean I'd have to put things behind other things. And I may not do that, but it's just a thought, just to bring the shelves out a little bit further. So that is it. I love doing DIY projects. Sometimes I mess them up. This is not perfect, but it works perfectly for us. It gets it all organized and it looks great to me. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go DIY organize something. Now I feel like our schoolroom is complete. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys right back here at The Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.